Is higher education the next industry to be disrupted by the internet? Joining us for this week's Smith Business Close-Up is Hank Lucas, the Smith Chair Professor of Information Systems and author of The Search for Survival: Lessons from Disruptive Technologies. Professor, thank you for being with us.
My pleasure. By
way of introduction, let's explain two things. One, what a disruptive technology is, and two, what's happening in higher education. They call these things MOOCs, M-O-O-C. What are they?
Okay, first let's talk about disruption. Disruption happens when some new innovation comes along that's so compelling to people that they rapidly abandon what they're doing now and flock to this new innovation. And that brings us to the subject of the MOOC. A MOOC stands for a massive open online course. And these began almost, well, not much more than a year ago when a professor at Stanford offered a computer science course. It was picked up by the New York Times, the story about it, and he ended up with 150,000 students on the internet taking the course. So that's what we mean by massive.
You are about to embark on a MOOC of your own, I understand?
Exactly. I'm going to be teaching a MOOC on disruptive technologies. It's called Surviving Disruptive Technologies, starting on March 25th on Coursera. And I'm having more of a seminar. I only have about 10,000 students registered right now.
Well, that's too bad. We're hoping you can get more of an audience. I mean, you think about like a basketball arena full of people. That's bigger than the average classroom.
Exactly, yeah. And that's why this is potentially so disruptive for us, because I think those of us who have been teaching the same way for 200 or 300 years aren't exactly sure what to make of this.
Well, and higher education as a whole isn't sure. I mean, obviously, there's a great appetite for it if you can get that many people to sign up for something. And anybody watching us now, you said it was on Coursera. You just go there and sign up for the thing. There may be a minimal charge, there may not be, but the issue becomes what does the student get out of it? How do you test the student, and is that person then awarded either credit or some sort of certification?
Sure. Actually, right now, it's totally free, so there is no charge to the students. Coursera encourages its instructors not to have materials for the course that a student would have to buy, like a textbook or something of that sort. I think what the student gets out of it is really as much as they put into it. When you talk about online education, everybody in this business says that it puts more responsibility for learning on the student and less on the professor, which I kind of like, okay, because it makes the student the one who really has to do all the work. The Coursera model is that a student takes this course for free right now and can choose to get a certificate or not get a certificate by completing the work in the course. And that's done either through objective tests like multiple choice tests, or actually Coursera has pioneered something called peer evaluation, where you submit a test or an essay and you agree to grade 5 essays that other students have written, and the student gets the median grade of those 5.
How is higher education as a whole approaching this threat, if I can call it a threat? Obviously, at the University of Maryland, the Smith School, if you're doing this, it hasn't been a matter of man the barricades, you know, the internet heathens are coming. How do you see it?
Well, you know, the university reaction to anything is to form a committee. So we have several committees on campus who are looking at this and trying to understand what the impact will be. Will a group of students come in and say, we would like to take a course that's being offered on Coursera that's taught by a professor at the University of California, Berkeley, and we'd like to get credit for it? And we have to figure out how to deal with that. And by the same token, I think Maryland needs to get into the Coursera or into the MOOC business so that we have courses out there for students at other schools to take. Right now, very few places are offering college credit for this, but it's going to come. I mean, Coursera has 2.5 million students. It's been in business for less than a year.
Wow. Well, I look forward to signing up.
Very good. I'd love to have you in class. I may not see you alone, but...
Well, we're glad to have helped train you for all the video usage, too.
I thank you for that. All of my appearances on MPT have been a big help.
It's more valuable than you know. Hank Lucas joining us from the Smith School of Business. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff.